The Voice of the Rain, written by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman was an American poet, essayist, and journalist. A humanist, he was a part of the transition between transcendentalism and realism, incorporating both views in his works. Whitman is among the most influential poets in the American canon, often called the father of free verse. So, here, children, the poem The Voice of the Rain, that is written by Whitman. It is a conversation between the poet and the rain. The rain explains its eternal journey in its birthplace, that is, earth, to the poet. So, the poem presents the cyclic movement of the rain. The rain is personified to describe herself. She describes what she is and what blessings she showers on earth and man. So, in this poem, the rain itself is explaining to the readers about its origin, work, and its cyclic movements. So, let's see the first stanza of the poem. It goes like this: And who art thou, said I to the soft falling shower, which, strange to tell, gave me an answer, as here translated: I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise, impalpable, out of the land and the bottomless sea. So, few words we will see here. Who art thou? Art means are, and thou means you. Eternal means never ending. Impalpable means which cannot be described. So, in the above lines, the poet asked the soft falling shower, who are you? To which the rain replied in a strange to state manner. The rain said that it was the poem of the earth and it rose continuously from the land and bottomless ocean in the form of vapor. So, we have seen here, children, in these lines that much to the surprise to the poet, the rain replies to his question, which the poet translates for his readers. The rain in its own voice tells the poet that she is the poem of this earth. The rain is trying to say that as music or poetry gives pleasure to human beings, the rain gives what? The rain gives happiness to Mother Earth. So let's move on. Second stanza. Second stanza goes like this way. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed, altogether changed and yet the same, I descend to lave the droughts at me's dust layer of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. So, in this second stanza, the poet says that the rain tells the poet that it rises upwards towards the sky in the form of vapor, where it changes its form, that is, condenses into water droplets. So it also says that although its form gets changed, it still remains the same. The rain comes down to wash the drought and provide water. It also washes away the dust and small particles from the earth's surface, and the seeds inside the earth grow into a plant because of the water provided by the rain, and it gives life to the seeds. So, although it changes in its form or shape, its core matter remains the same. Since vapor and clouds contains water, they can get transformed into the other, and the word impalpable and eternal indicates that nature is not fully understood and some part of it away remains beyond our reach. So, here it ends. Now let's move to the stanza third, that is, and forever by day and night I give back life to my own origin and make pure and beautify it. For song issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. So the rain says here that day by day and night it provides life, care, enrichment, and water to the place from where it originated. The rain keeps enhancing the beauty and purity of the earth by preparing a life cycle for itself again. So the rain is involved in a continuous process of giving life on earth by providing water to dormant seeds and making the earth more beautiful and full of greenery. Rain also helps in enhancing the beauty of earth, and in the absence of water, everything turns dull or lifeless and dust accumulates everywhere. And here the last two lines are the poet's own words, that his reflections upon the answers given by the rain. The poet observes that the life of rain is similar to that of a song. A song or poem is creativity at its best. It has the power to calm, heal, transform, and thrill. In the same way, repeated evaporation and condensation purifies the rain. So the entire environment gets drenched in the rain, dust particles settle down, and there is greenery everywhere, which makes the whole earth beautiful to look at. So the poet therefore draws a parallel between rain and music, as both have what? As both have rhythm and ability to thrill. Both of them regenerate and beautify life. So hope this poem is clear to you all. So all the poetic devices used by the poet I will explain you in next video. Thank you very much children for watching.